A bigger budget has been approved in Davenport. How much of that money will be dedicated to road repairs?
Plus, getting a chance to take on the duties of a firefighter. How some high schoolers are preparing for their careers.
WHBF is local for you. This is Local 4 News this morning.
Good morning, everybody, on a Thursday morning. I'm Redrick Terry.
And I'm Alexandria Ikomoni. Thanks for watching Local 4 News this morning. Last night, Davenport aldermen approved a $226 million spending plan, increasing their budget from last year. That increase is this morning's top story. Davenport
will have about $16.5 million more to spend this year. The budget increases the city's debt by about $700,000. The city is reducing its dependence on the state backfill for operations. Most of that budget increase now comes from stronger than expected property taxes. Weather will be the reason about $20 million is expected to go toward repairing damaged roads. That $20 million will be divided between neighborhood streets, major roadways, and road construction. Davenport CFO says crews spent a lot of time and money this year patching up potholes. They've exceeded overtime hours and supply costs. Those were originally budgeted for $600,000. The city has already spent more than $1 million on winter supplies.
Not only do we have to order more salt in the current year to put down on the roads, but also as we go into next fiscal year, in order to replenish the supply of salt that we have in our barns, we're going to have to buy more salt as well next year.
City leaders tell us that much of the budget is going to those road repairs because neighbors listed it as their top priority during a citizen survey last year.
Parts of Davenport's budget allocates money for more school resource officers. The police department, school district, and Bechtel Trust utilized a grant last fiscal year. It allowed them to hire 2 police officers for junior high schools. Now all Davenport junior and high schools will have a resource officer because of it. The assistant police chief says it's an effort to address the increase in juvenile crime.
We get that opportunity now to get into the junior highs and start working with our youth a little earlier, start showing them the relationship of officers, different light, we're not all that bad.
The grant lasts 3 years. It'll also provide money to pay 2 police officers to supplement the department and other units.
Road repair in Illinois might take longer than expected to get underway. Work might not pick up until the summer. The state's highways and bridges are falling into disrepair. Right now, state roads are considered to be 83% acceptable. State lawmakers can't agree on how to pay for a massive infrastructure bill. Governor J.B. Pritzker says that new money is high on his priority list, but a union president says the lack of state funding is costing construction workers.
We've kicked the can about as far down the road as we can. We're the crossroads of the nation, and our roads and bridges are in an unacceptable case because they haven't been taken care of properly by funding.
Republicans and Democrats agree the infrastructure is in bad shape. Hearings are scheduled through April. Workers might have to wait until prime construction season is over before new work is approved.
On Tuesday, the Moline City Council passed new regulations for massage facilities, and Davenport is set to follow. This is an attempt on both sides of the river to crack down on sex trafficking. Chief Deputy Sean Roth of the Scott County Sheriff's Office tells Local 4 News the county is currently working on an ordinance. He says they're keeping an eye on several massage parlors for sex trafficking. A spokesperson for Breaking Traffic says regulations like this could help stop the spike of victims they've seen this year.
This year alone, we're halfway into FY19. We're already at 70, so we're looking to already exceed the number of survivors we've served. Anything that can help with survivors and identifying survivors and bringing services to them, I think is a great thing.
The ordinance would require both businesses and employees to carry a massage and reflexology license.
East Moline is the place where the next generation of firefighters is getting started.
It's part of a fire science class at the United Township Area Career Center. Local 4's Grace Runker reports it's the only one of its kind for almost 100 miles.
You've probably never seen a high school class quite like this.
It's a mini academy minus fighting fire. They get to see what it's like to do what we do.
This lesson, rescue a fellow firefighter from a burning building. Taped up goggles cancel out their vision. Old radio calls simulate a chaotic environment.
41 Warner for automatic alarm.
All they can do is follow the fire hose.
Let's go, boys.
Moline Fire Department Lieutenant Chris Elliott was one of the teachers who started the program.
And I was like, holy cow, what did I get myself into? That was 13 years ago and I'm still doing it.
He's watched the class grow.
Each student has their own bunker gear.
And seen kids he taught go on to work or volunteer at local departments.
They were students and now they're brothers.
Dalton Teal is on his way to becoming a firefighter. Not only is he enrolled in the class, he's a cadet with Kelowna.
Trying to know that you have someone in there you need to get. You got 3 people with you. You got to try to control those 3 people, tell them what to do, what not to do.
Sometimes the drill doesn't go as planned.
What do you do?
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
But the pros say that's okay.
Back when we were going through the academy and training, we made mistakes. We allow them, and they allowed us to make them because you learn from them.
It's intense, but we work through it.
Grace Runkle, Local 4 News.
Oh, it's very valuable program right there. Teaching kids at a nice young age for a very, very important industry that obviously is always going to be in demand.
Absolutely. Just because they get that training and early on, they can really prepare themselves for the industry. And honestly, more places and more schools need to have classes like that to prepare them for whatever career choice they want to go to.
Absolutely. And at 6:08, all we want is winter to be over at this point.
Yes. We're ready.
That's all we want, Ash. Come on.
There's
help us out.
no other way to say it.
Someone could train me how to make summer happen. That'd be great. I've been
Wonderful.
trying.
Oh my gosh.
I'm failing. I don't know what's left to do. Except grin and bear it, I guess. All right, out the door here today. It is very chilly once again, 13 degrees in Moline. This is a look at the traffic camera at Avenue of the Cities looking out over I-74. It's a little bit of out of focus, but that's just about how this winter's been. It's been cold. I wish it was a little more in focus, a little closer to average. Temperatures in the teens this morning, feeling like it's at the 0 or below for some of us, 2 below in Clinton, 0 in Muscatine, 2 below in Galesburg. We do have a lot of cloud cover outside. We're going to have the chance for flurries and chance for a little bit of light snow as we go through the day today, but temperatures peak in the mid-20s. So overall, could be worse, and by tomorrow it actually gets a little bit better, 25. I don't expect much accumulation at all, so again, it won't be too bad out there. 16 for tonight. Partly cloudy skies, and then we'll actually get into the 30s tomorrow.
Ooh. It sounds exciting.
This is so sad. We're in
Don't
that
call
part.
it a heat wave, I tell you.
We're in that part of winter where you just get excited about 30 degrees. That is just so sad.
Yeah, it's very sad.
And that's the point we've gotten to over this,
Bargaining.
this long, crazy winter.
Bargaining.
Emphasis
for sure.
on long.
Yeah, long.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the thing is, we forget how warm December was. December was just
Yeah.
so comfortable all month long.
I wasn't here, but probably was in warmer weather regardless.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, well, not anymore.
it's just
That's
these
for sure.
past 2 months, I tell you.
Yeah, it's been something. All right, Ash, thanks.
Coming up, adding a festive friend just got easier.
How you can make this adorable bunny a part of your family next in February.
Time now, 6:10. You're watching Local 4 Hippity Hop News this morning.
WHBF is local for you with Frederick Terry, Alexandria Ikomoni, and meteorologist Ash Simpson. This is Local 4 News this morning in high definition.